Up next on the Forum, Virginia's campaign to promote adoption moves to the ballpark. Daughters and dads of any age are invited to a first-of-its-kind event in Norfolk. Men and women of a certain age celebrate being healthy, and registration is underway for the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's. Hi, I'm Jan Callahan. Welcome to the Forum. More than 1,000 children in Virginia's foster care system are waiting for permanent and loving homes. 168 of those children are in Hampton Roads, and human services agencies across the region are working hard to get the work out. The Eastern Region kicked off the campaign at the Westin Hotel with Virginia Beach Mayor Will Sessoms greeting more than 250 prospective foster and adoptive parents, local family services workers, and agency directors.
We hope to increase the number of adoptions and make people aware that there are children across the state of Virginia that are available and are waiting on permanent homes.
15 years ago, Sonia Zook adopted her oldest children, a brother and sister, out of foster care. She stresses the importance of keeping siblings together. She also encourages prospective families to consider children of all ages.
Well, I hope that some kids really get some attention that need to be adopted and need to be put in homes out of foster care. Especially these older kids who a lot of people don't really think of to adopt when they go to adopt, and I really hope that I can be a help there.
Keynote speaker Denise Goodman is a licensed social worker from Ohio who embraces the opportunity to reach out to families who are willing to offer a secure and loving home.
I hope that they think about themselves as being a great potential family for a child. I hope that they think about the message that they're going to spread tomorrow at work or call someone tonight, that we have kids in our home who are great kids who, without a family, won't have a future.
If you have ever considered adopting an infant, a toddler, a child, or a teen, now is the time to learn more.
The Norfolk Tides also took up the call to encourage adoption during its August 8th game against the Gwinnett Braves. Delivering the ceremonial first pitch was Cantrell Dickerson, one of 5 siblings adopted into the same family. And while adoption workers provided information on site to interested families, ESPN 94.1 was spreading the important message about Virginia's waiting children to hundreds, perhaps thousands of prospective adoptive families.
And now the second baseman for the Tides, Ellis Wheeler, stepping up to bat. Maxine Peak visits here with us in the inning, talking about adoption here not only in Norfolk, but throughout all of Hampton Roads and the state.
I would just like to remind our community that the Norfolk Department of Human Services is here willing and ready to promote adoptions. We're also here to advocate for our children as well as our parents. Anyone interested in adopting or becoming foster parents will definitely give us a call. We'd be happy to have you.
Feel like getting involved? Find out more about the Virginia Adopts campaign by calling the numbers on your screen or visit virginiaadopts.virginia.gov. When we come back, details about a date with Dad, dinner and dance, Norfolk style. You won't want to miss this.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still, love. 1 second. I know. Just okay, go, go, go. No. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
It's not your average father-daughter dance. The event we're about to tell you about involves girls and dads of all ages and from all walks of life. Joining me is Jennifer Williams. She's Communications Director for Camp Diva, and Brian Gollins, his coordinator for the Engaging Families for Success with the Virginia Department of Social Services. Thanks for joining us. They came down from Richmond to tell us about an event that is very important, although it sounds like an awful lot of fun too. And it is called
The Date with Dad Dinner and Dance.
Okay.
And this one is Norfolk style.
All right, Norfolk style. I guess that part of what makes it Norfolk style is that the people who attend are going to make it happen.
Right.
And who are these people?
Well, they're dads and daughters, like you said, from all walks of life. It's a very unique opportunity for fathers and daughters to come out to celebrate that relationship. Fathers and daughters of different ages, not just from a particular group, particular socioeconomic background. So, I mean, to see a room full of fathers and daughters, to have a 5-year-old with her father, and to see a 20-something-year-old woman or even a 50-year-old woman with her father, I mean, it just lets them know that that relationship doesn't end, you know, when they leave the house.
Okay. And this event is taking place when?
Sunday, September 15th at Norfolk State University.
Okay, great. And it's from what time?
4 to 8:30 p.m. And we've done this event in Richmond for 6 years. We are used to people coming even before the event begins. So when we start at 4 o'clock, people are usually in place at 4 o'clock to begin eating dinner and starting the evening off.
Okay, so it's very popular in Richmond, and it's part of an outreach that is being done through something called Camp Diva, and you represent Camp Diva as well. Before I get into that, I wanted to go to Brian for a minute, because with the Department of Social Services, this type of an event and bringing fathers and daughters closer together is a component of an initiative that has been in place for a few years now, and it's called Engaging Families for Success.
Engaging Families for Success, and we are very pleased to be a part of the Date with Dad, and we've had great success in Richmond. Over 500 fathers came out last year and their daughters.
Wow.
And while it was a heart-warming, tear-jerking event, we always are careful to let folks know that this is also a best practice in action. The research tells us when fathers are engaged with their daughters, outcomes improve.
Yes. And if you take a look at the pictures we're showing right now of last year's event, I think it was in March, actually, of 2012, that shows some of the kids line dancing, the different age groups represented, and the different dads, because they're decked out differently, but this is my favorite. It's like, oh, what are you giving me? But you know, whether you're 70 and have a 90-year-old dad, or you're 6 and your dad's 26, it doesn't matter, because being a part of your father's life and vice versa is very important. You had an interesting statistic about fatherless families in just the city of Norfolk.
We've done a study in the Norfolk Family and Fatherhood Report, and what we've learned is that the financial cost of father absence in Norfolk is $144 million annually. And that's a staggering number, but what's even more staggering is the social cost. There's no way we could calculate that. So when we have the opportunity to engage with events like the Date with Dad, we're happy and delighted to be a part of that.
All right, wonderful. It's great to have their support. Camp Diva has been designed for young women. Is that correct?
Yes. We were formed in 2004, so we're getting ready to celebrate 10 years. And the goal with it was just to help young girls in every area of their lives. And their relationships with their fathers was just one part of it. It was actually a conversation the young ladies had one day about their dads, and we engaged them, and out of it came their idea for having this dance. So it's not even anything that we as adults thought of. The girls told us what they wanted, and that's basically what we're about. We're about letting them have their voice.
Okay. And this, as you said, had been going on for 6 years in Richmond, and it grew from year to year in popularity to the point now that 500 dads showed up for the last one. And this is the first one in Norfolk, although it's not just open to Norfolk dads and daughters. Is that correct?
That's correct. We're inviting fathers all over Hampton Roads and their daughters to come and join us. I go every year with my daughters. I have 3 teenage girls, and we're creating some great memories. So we're calling all dads to come and join us with their daughters.
Oh, great. On your Camp Diva site, on your website, you have some videos. One is of the founder speaking about what drove her to create Camp Diva, and also these events and how they've grown so much, but also features some videos of past events, which is a lot of fun to watch, and includes one with incarcerated dads, which had made national headlines and received national attention because of its concept being borrowed from the Date with Dad.
Yes, and again, that arose out of the conversations with the girls. The girls themselves thought of the dance, but one year there was a girl in Camp Diva, part of our program, who made it a point to say she couldn't go to the dance with them. And they asked her why. And she said, because my father is in jail. And they said, well, can't we go to the jail? And, you know, out of that grew, well, let's try to go to the jail. Let's bring a dance into the jail. And it was all their idea. If you do see some of the videos, they wrote the letter themselves.
Wow.
And if you can even pause the screen and read the letter, you will know they wrote it themselves. But the sheriff in Richmond said yes to come into the Richmond City Jail. And of course, Brian Gullins helped us with, you know, the relationship building with the jail. And it was a success. 2 years in a row, we've had a group of fathers and daughters have a dance in the Richmond City Jail.
Wow. And that's quite an achievement, and everybody had a great time.
Definitely.
And there's something about getting dressed up and just going out that adds that special touch, and it really does, I think, put people in a very different frame of mind, and it makes them much more open to relating to one another in a very different way.
Definitely.
So again, the event is September 15th, and it is a weekend, so there's some other activities that'll be planned as well. Is that? But we don't have all the specifics yet.
We don't have all the specifics, but it will kick off on Friday with an event we call Active Dads. This was our first year of doing a full weekend in Richmond, so we're bringing that Date with Dad weekend around. We're hoping around the country soon, but Norfolk's our first stop.
Great.
And Active Dads is going to be Friday, just getting the dads and daughters out to do some active things together, because Dad's usually the one you have fun with and, you know, play games and things with. So some Zumba, we did Twister, we did hula hooping, you know, so we're looking to do much of the same here on Friday.
And Brian's looking like, okay, did I do all that stuff? Did you participate in that aspect of it too?
We did, and
you're here to tell
time.
us all about it, huh? Wow, so it was a great time, huh?
Always.
Terrific. Well, the idea of bringing dads and daughters together is always heartwarming, but particularly so when you consider some of the costs associated with not having a father in your life when you can, if both of you just try a little bit. So definitely sign up. You have to register online. So go to campdiva.org and you'll find out more about it, and watch those videos too, because they're great.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time to share this great event with us, and I hope it's a rousing success.
Thanks for having us.
All right, thank you. When we come back, celebrating a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy you.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
When you have your health, you have everything. It's been said. Nothing could be truer as we move into our mature phase of life. Lynn Berg, Executive Director for Prime Plus Norfolk Senior Center, has great news about an event that celebrates the best that we can be.
Absolutely, we do. Hi, Janet. It's good to
Hi.
be here.
Good to have you.
I appreciate that. Let me tell you a little bit about September. In September, we have Senior Center Month. That's nationally recognized. And Prime Plus Norfolk Senior Center not only offers active adult programs, but has an adult daycare. And together, we are celebrating a wonderful event happy and healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy you, an expo that's happening in the middle of September.
Okay, great.
Prior to that, we're going to be having a wonderful exhibition of student art, and that will be happening September 4th through the end of the month. And all of the art that is going to be on display has been produced within the classes that we teach at Prime Plus.
Oh, and those classrooms are fun. I have been in them. I haven't participated, but I have seen. And
well, you're welcome anytime, and we would love to have you. But we have everything.
I'm not a senior yet. Didn't
well,
go there.
Exactly. So what we want to do is get you in to see what we're doing.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
And we have an art studio, ceramic studio, a woodworking shop. We have a wonderful ceramics that are happening continually, hand building, throwing, working on greenware. We have the women who do fabric art, which is fabulous as well. So there's wonderful opportunities there for folks.
Great.
All the students are entering their projects. They'll be hung and they will be reviewed during our Healthy Minds, Healthy Body, Healthy You Expo.
And it's up there on the screen right now, folks.
That's right.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Prime Plus Norfolk Senior Center at 7300 Newport Avenue.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be wonderful. We have over 20 vendors, and we also have a wonderful musical group. They are brought to us by the, and I want to make sure I say it right, the U.S. Fleet Forces Woodwind Quartet.
Wow.
Wow, see, I couldn't even
Oh, that
read
sounds
it.
wonderful. I know they'll be fabulous.
Oh, they're wonderful, and also they do music by request, so they'll be taking some suggestions from the audience and the participants so that they can hear something that they'd love to hear.
Great, lots of interaction.
You bet, and then we're having demonstrations of a lot of our classes. We're having flu shots. They're doing all kinds of...
You threw that one in there, snuck it in, didn't you?
Yes, the flu shots.
Or is that sneaked?
I know, yeah.
I know some grammarian out there is going to correct me.
It's okay. But we're doing all of these things to let people know the kinds of programming that we have, the scope of them, and then to let them try us out.
That's
and
nice.
Because it's Senior Center Month, we're going to be also offering our membership, which is normally $45 annually, for $40 to give people a little incentive to save a couple bucks.
Nice, nice. So
But
you've got
there's,
plenty going on.
yeah, and there's no cost to attend the expo. Anyone
right.
can come.
All right, you've answered all my questions, so you can go now. Thank you. Healthy Minds, Healthy Bodies, Healthy You, September 24th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Prime Plus Norfolk Senior Center, 7300 Newport Avenue. That's near Wards Corner. You see the phone number up on the screen and the website as well, so check it out if you want those details and you don't have a chance to jot it down, but it's an annual event, correct?
Yes, it is. And again, I'm inviting anyone who wants to come and see the art. It'll be hung the whole month of September.
Okay, so remember, if you would like to check out the art and see what others are doing, and perhaps you might have a hankering to try it yourself.
Exactly.
Because the opportunity is available there. So check it out all through the whole month of September, and then, of course, the big event coming up on the 24th. That's a Tuesday from 10 to 1, so hopefully you can get out there and check out not only Prime Plus, but
all of the
fun.
activities.
Great
yes.
music, great art, great fun. All right, thanks a lot.
You
Lynn.
bet.
I appreciate it. You got a lot in a short amount of time, but you're good at that.
Yes, and you help.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, enough of this, huh? All right, thanks for joining us, Lynn.
Thank you.
And when we come back, find out how you can take part in supporting the fight against Alzheimer's disease.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
It's the largest event in the nation to raise awareness for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. And the Walk to End Alzheimer's is happening here in Hampton Roads next month, or actually a month after that. And we have specifics on what that's about, where it's going to happen, and when, and how to get registered. And I'm introducing you now to Jennifer Crabtree, who's Development Manager for Alzheimer's Association of Southeastern Virginia. Thanks for joining us, Jennifer. Patricia Knight is a Walk Committee volunteer, and she's been participating for the past few years and has her own personal story and reasons for being involved. And thank you for sharing your perspective on this and how important it is that people become more aware as our population grows older and stays alive longer. Many of us, as with cancer, are touched by people who have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Yes. And it's very difficult for everyone to deal with, and we're still learning so much. This is a great way to get started. So the actual event is an annual event, and this one is specific to our region.
Yes, we actually have 6 walks in our chapter territory. They are regionally sponsored by Bayport Credit Union. The walk at the beach will be Sunday, October 13th at Neptune Park, so 31st and Atlantic Avenue. Okay. Registration starts at 8:30, ceremony starts at 9:30, and the walk starts at 10.
Okay.
Last year we had, over 1,400 people walking down the boardwalk in a sea of purple for the Alzheimer's Association.
Okay, so the T-shirt, or rather the polo shirt you're wearing, is what people would be wearing, or do they have T-shirts for them there?
No. Individual participants who raise $100 get the official walk T-shirt. Okay. And the T-shirt's really great this year. It's similar to our brochure here about walk is so personal to everyone. Yeah. So you can personalize on your T-shirt who you walk for. So it's a great incentive, obviously, for people to raise money for us.
You were talking about things that people can get and personalizing, and I see that you have, Patricia, some
Promise Garden flowers.
Okay, Promise Garden flowers?
Yes.
Oh, they're adorable.
For every walker that participates, they will receive a Promise Garden flower that they can personalize depending on the reason why they're walking. Like the blue is for persons who have the disease, and purple is for persons who have lost someone to the disease. So you can write your personal messages as to why you're walking on your flower. And then some of the flowers are planted in a garden so you can visually see the flowers, and then others, if they would like to walk with their flowers, then they can do that as well.
Okay, that must be beautiful. Not only the sentiments, but just the visual
Right,
effect.
and then there are 2 other colored flowers. Yellow is if you're a current caregiver, and orange is if you are a advocate or a supporter of the cause, but you don't have a personal connection. Okay. So it really is a visual reminder for everyone who goes to that walk to see why other people participate.
Right, and I think interacting with those who may have some connection is so important. It's important to know that you're not alone as a family member or as a family and having to deal with this. And you base this on personal experience. You got involved because of a family member.
Yes, I've been participating or volunteering with the walk for at least probably 7 or 8 years. My mother was diagnosed in 2004 with Alzheimer's, and so I got involved then, seeking support from the association, first of all, because when she was diagnosed, I didn't know who to talk to, where to go, and so I found out about the Alzheimer's Association and went there for support. And then following that support, I decided that I needed to get involved with the association. So, and yes, my mother, I took care of her for 4 or 5 years, and she passed 2 years ago. And I've still remained involved because it's important for people to get involved.
It is.
And learn more about the disease.
Well, and you can share with others, too, the wisdom that you may have acquired as a result of this. So this event, it's a big event. There are a lot of people, and so you find it still a rewarding thing to be involved
Yes, I
in.
do, because as you stated, you know, I run into people all the time who may say, oh yes, I have an aunt, or I have a father or mother or someone that they're close to that may have the disease, and they don't know about the services that are available to them in the community. And so I'm there to, you know, I pick up on that and I say, well, did you know the Alzheimer's Association provides services, and most of them are free in the community to you? So I'm that person, sometimes become the go-to person.
And that's wonderful.
For resources, yes.
That, you know, out of things that aren't so great, good things can grow. And,
Yes.
and that, you know, being an advocate is wonderful. And yes, the services that are available aren't always known by people, unless perhaps they are now just getting involved in this because perhaps a person in their family or friend has just recently been diagnosed. But if you know, if you're sitting there and watching and you are dealing with that, this event can help you engage with other people who may be kind of where you are during this, or even people who have been through it, and can offer, if nothing else, just some support. And I think that emotional and social support, that's so important.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So the event is is there more than one distance that people can walk? Or?
It's actually 1 and 3 mile options on the boardwalk.
Okay.
And thankful to the City of Virginia Beach, those are clearly marked. So, but we will have course marshals out there to kind of direct you.
Great. So you can walk 1 mile or 3. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They both
doesn't
start at the
matter.
same time?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
What other things go on?
There's actually a kids area, pets area.
Did you say pets area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we definitely encourage people to bring out their dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've seen any other animals other than dogs, but the sky's the limit. I think it's a family disease, and
yes. Okay.
So we do encourage. It's it's just a fun event. It's really more about inspiring people to continue the fight.
Yes. Great. And the location's great. Right on the ocean.
And it's been 80 degrees every year for the last 3 years.
Wow.
So hopefully it'll still be 80 degrees on that same day.
Wonderful.
You never know.
You can register ahead of time, right?
Yes. You will go to alz.org/walk, or you can call our 800 number, which is 800-272-3900.
Okay.
And we are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. You call from 9 to 5, and you get our Norfolk office. And outside of those hours, you will actually still get a live person on the other line.
So there's always somebody there.
Yes. Most definitely.
With the Alzheimer's Association, a wonderful organization, and providing support. And of course, the monies that go toward come from this event go toward the research and care and all those important aspects.
Most definitely.
Thank you so much for sharing this information.
So
Best of luck during this event in October, and we thank you again.
Thank you.
And we thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Bye.